Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Wednesday Word Wad. That's our original title for these videos. Definitely a work in progress. We just came up with that name literally 2 seconds ago. So if you have a better suggestion, please let us know. The purpose of these videos is to dive into some nutrition as well as training topics that sometimes get debated, and we will discuss both sides of the equation, or if there's multiple sides of the equation besides two sides. We'll go into greater detail and maybe discuss how we would apply these ideas to ourselves, maybe how you can apply it to yourselves so that you can take your fitness in whatever direction you wish to take your fitness. Now, today, we are not going to be choosing any real hardcore debatable topics. This isn't going to be something that may anger you or overly excite you, but we want to start with a very casual topic, discussing why we love CrossFit, as well as why we love the CrossFit Open. The CrossFit Open 24.1 begins this Friday, so we thought this would be a nice conversation starter. So, Zach, why do you love CrossFit?
So I love CrossFit because it allows me to enjoy working out and enjoy training. And for me, I like doing multiple different things. In the summer, I like to run. I like to ride my bike, mountain bike, and road bike. So CrossFit allows me to be prepared for multiple different kind of fitness modalities, and it allows me to be consistent and come in every single day and do something different but specialized but different. Does that make sense?
It does. Well said.
Okay.
Yeah, I would also highlight on all those points, and then something for me. I compete in bodybuilding, strongman, and powerlifting, so I don't necessarily partake within the CrossFit workouts themselves. But what I really appreciate about CrossFit is the community. It brings people together from multiple demographics, age ranges, fitness backgrounds, and allows people to meet people they never meet before, but also find common ground and build lifelong friendships. I know that's a very cheesy answer, but that is the reality. And then another aspect of CrossFit that I really like, as an observer more so, is the passion that people put into their training day in and day out. In a world where, especially in America, where oftentimes we preach instant gratification, this idea that you should not suffer, that it's best to play a victim in the world, that seems to be oftentimes where society is trending. There seems to be this shared camaraderie or joy over suffering. The dopamine isn't gained from the end goal. The dopamine is gained from the process and allows people to unite in a way where they probably wouldn't unite in this type of civilization. From the dawn of humanity, humans have progressed best when they're suffering towards a common goal. And something that really motivates me is this idea of progress. And I think progress is best accomplished when it's shared between multiple humans. We aren't ingrained, as far as our DNA is concerned or how we were created, to be complete individuals. We were created for community. And I feel like CrossFit is the perfect metaphor or representation for that. Like Zach said, CrossFit allows you to not only build strength, but you can also improve your cardiovascular fitness. You're focusing on performance, which sometimes takes some of the pressure off in terms of other variables that maybe individuals may overemphasize within their wellness and health and well-being that sometimes can become unhealthy or overly taxing. We are celebrating what your body can do, what your body can do for you. And because there's so many modalities within CrossFit, that means there's so many modalities that you can improve upon. So whereas a sport like powerlifting, where your success is completely determined based on your total between 3 objective lifts, your squat, bench, deadlift, here, there's pretty much infinite variables of which you can improve upon, which keeps it fresh, which keeps it exciting. So from a psychological standpoint, that makes it very, very enjoyable while promoting overall better health. Now, the CrossFit Open, this is one of those aspects of CrossFit that I really appreciate. One of the issues with other major fitness sports, in my opinion, such as powerlifting, such as bodybuilding, is that there's way too many federations. There's different standards, even though there shouldn't be, as far as how things are judged. Um, it's more polarizing in that you kind of get these tribes depending on what you compete in, where you compete in. Their sports are also more individualistic most of the time. With CrossFit, they have one major championship, and it's sort of like March Madness, where you know when to expect it, when it's going to be. And it allows hundreds of thousands of people to compete against themselves each year, as well as one another, where they can encourage each other to kind of do better than the last year. So, like other major sports that are highly successful, such as football, you have the Super Bowl, such as the Olympics, comes every 4 years. It's much more simple in that it's easier to compare, and it's easier as far as like uniting everyone within a similar sector. So that united approach for a global tournament within a 1 month span or so, leading up into quarterfinals, I think that's absolutely brilliant. And while it's so big with hundreds of thousands of people competing, it's extremely well organized from the beginning to the end. And then it also allows for great camaraderie on a local level. So, like what we're doing at our gym is we have split our gym up into teams with captains, where even if maybe someone isn't going to be the best CrossFitter in terms of how they're able to express their CrossFit ability within the tournament itself, they're still able to participate, earn points through weekly challenges, and that allows people to stay more consistent and see a purpose within their training. What about you, Zach?
Very well said. I enjoy the CrossFit Open because like you said before, everyone knows when it's going to happen, similar to like March Madness or a familiar like time frame, like when the Super Bowl is going to happen, World Series, whatever sport of your choosing. But everyone knows when the CrossFit Open is happening, and everyone kind of gets these little butterflies and a little excitement and I guess motivation to come regularly to class, maybe up their attendance a little bit a few months before the Open. But I enjoy that everyone kind of has this like newfound boost of motivation and drive to participate, and then people who are on the fence usually they go over that fence to the side of participating when they have that kind of good peer pressure to participate and join in on the fun and, as we said before, the suffering. So
The suffering. All about the suffering.
awesome.
Awesome. Well, thank you. Stay tuned. Next week, we might get a little bit more heated. Who knows? Zach and I might debate each other on some of these topics. We shall see. But thank you for tuning in, and be ready for next week. It's about to get fiery.